Welcome back to Same Right Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you in the simplest way how to make a petal sleeve. It can be short, it can be long like this. I'll be sharing with you the tips and tricks to making a beautiful petal sleeves like the one you are seeing right here on the thumbnail and on the video. If this is what you want to learn in this class, I will encourage you to stay till the end of this tutorial to learn the simplest way to make a petal sleeve. So let's dive into this tutorial right away. Here you can see the petal part of this sleeve. This is what makes it petal. To begin this tutorial, you are going to fold your paper. Step 1, fold your paper and make a crease line with it. From the top of that paper, you are going to mark 4 inches. You mark 4 inches and rule your starting line. Here is my starting line or my sleeve head. From that starting line, I'm going to measure my cap height. My cap height is 4 inches. Then I measured my bicep height, which is 8 inches, and the full length I marked at 10 inches. This is my cap height at 4 inches and this is my bicep at 8 inches and the full length at 10 inches. So your cap height can be 3.5 or 4 inches, but 4 inches is standard for almost every arm. If you're on a smaller size, you can use 3.5 inches. After marking out these lines, next on the cap line, you are going to measure your chest line. My chest line is 9 inches. Then you get the midpoint of your chest line. Connect a straight line to touch the sleeve head. Get the midpoint of that straight line. That will be the middle point for drafting our basic sleeve. Next, you bring in your pattern ruler and connect from that point all the way to touch the sleeve head, and flip your pattern ruler the other way to touch your chest line measurement on the cap height. Now on the bicep, you are going to measure your bicep. The bicep is the biggest part of your arm. The biggest part of your arm. So whatever it is, divide it by 2. Mine is 14 inches. I marked half of it, which is 7. Added 2 inches for ease on the side. Now I'm going to connect from that cap to the bicep all the way to the full length. This is what I got after all. Now we are going to extend that line. You can go up by 3 inches. You can go up by 2.5. It depends on how puff you want that part to be. If you need plenty puff, just keep going up. So by the time you drag your gathers, you will have plenty puff to it. So I just decided to freehand that part, okay, because it's difficult to get a ruler that can give you the shape you want. So I went ahead and freehand right there. So I don't want too much puff for this petal sleeve, so I stepped down just a little bit at 2.5 inches. So if you want plenty puff, if you want it to go high, you can go as high as 5 inches from your sleeve head, but I use 2.5 in this case. Now we are going to cut out this pattern. You just go ahead and cut this pattern this way. So once you cut out the pattern, this is what you are going to have. Now we are going to draft the petal. You first of all get the center grain line of your sleeve. Once you have gotten the center grain line, from that cap line, you come down by 2 inches. You mark 2 inches. Next, from the center grain line, you will measure 2 or 2.5 inches. So let's mark 2.5 inches. Then I mark 2 inches on that point. We are going to connect from the 2.5 to touch the 2 inches. So, but I just decided to step up a little bit, okay? If you don't want to mark exactly at that 2 inches line, you can connect maybe at the midpoint of it like this. So I decided to connect at the midpoint, so that should be 1 inch below my cap height. So it depends on how open you want that part to be. So on this other side, I'll also mark 2.5 inches. This time around, I'm going to make it cross on the sleeve grain line. That is that center line. It has to pass that line, and you blend it this way. You can see how it looks now. So the next we are going to do is to label them front and back. Here is the front sleeve and this is the back sleeve. So you label them accordingly. Next, I'm going to cut out the front sleeve. This is me cutting out the front sleeve, as you can see right here. So I'll just go ahead and cut the front this way. I'm going to discard the back. I'm not using the back any longer. So next I'm going to do is to trace out this front so as to get my back. To trace out the back piece, I brought another paper all together. I'm going to place it on top of it like this and go ahead and cut out the shape of this. So I just go around it like this and cut out the shape as shown. After cutting out the shape, this is what I got right here. So you can see I have my pattern. So you place it so you have the center grain line at the center of it. So here is the back piece. Make sure you also label the sides. As you can see, this is the sides of the pattern. Now we are going to flip the sides together and put them together. You can use your seal tape, you can gum it together. After taping it together, this is what I got after all. So we are going to have a little slashing of this sleeve. To slash this sleeve, place your tape right there and get to the side. Whatever you have, divide it by 3. So I got 18 inches, divide by 3 gave me 66 inches. So I'll just mark 66 inches on those lines. That will be my slash line. I'll go ahead and mark my lines this way. So there is no particular measurement for slashing it anyway. So just look at what I'm doing there, here, and repeat exactly what I'm doing. So I'll just go ahead and slash from the under. This is to make the sleeve a little bit freer. As you know, petal sleeves are usually free. But if you don't want it too free, please just slash a little bit. I only slash at 2 inches. So I'll bring in my fabric right now. I'll place this and slash at 2 inches. So I'll place it very properly, secure with my pin and slash. I will advise you get a line which will be the sleeve grain line where the side of the sleeve is going to sit. Then you secure with your pin. After pinning at that side on that line you marked, you begin to slash at 2 inches. So like I said, you can slash at 1 inch if you don't want the slash too much. So I'll just make mine 2 inches. Then if you want it too much, you can slash at 3 inches. It all depends on how wide you want the slashing to be. But I think the 2 inches is okay. So I'll keep slashing everything at 2 inches and securing with my pins accordingly. So here I am still taking the 2 inches, as you can see. So make sure you pin down anytime you slash. Make sure you pin them down. Next, I will begin to add half an inch for my seam allowances. So I proceeded to add my half an inch seam allowance all around. So as I'm adding the inner seam allowances right now, that will be for the stitching on the armhole. Then for the seam allowances I'm going to add on the outer part of this sleeve, that will be for the hemming of the sleeve itself. So if you want to also double or use a lining, like in the video we had the Ankara part, then it means you are going to cut 2 pieces of it, one for lining and one for main fabric. You turn the both of them together. After turning them together, if you are using a lining, then you can now do what I'm doing now. So next I'm going to place a notch at that sleeve grain line, and I'll put it together and place a notch on the other side. So you can see the line of our sleeve grain line. Make sure you put the notch. That is where your sleeve is going to sit on the shoulder seam line. Right now, the next we are going to do is to go over to the machine to create our gathers. I'll gather this way. I've gone ahead to gather, and this is what I got once I used my machine to gather. So I'm going to gather it a little bit more. I will gather the both of them as you see me do right here. After the gathers, you pick up that part you notched. Okay, make sure you match them together like this. Then you overlap it the way you see me do right here. So make sure the notches you secure with your pins on both of them. Now you can proceed to hold it down with a single stitch before you attach to your main dress. After stitching it together, you can see the armhole, you can see the part that is gathered. You can also sew it into the dress and gather it more. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.